Rachel style. Rachel style.
Hey guys, I'm Rachel. So today I'll be making OHA soup. This is the first time I'm actually making this particular soup. It's from the Igbo part of Nigeria. They usually eat the soup. So yeah, so this is what we'll be using as the thickener. Let me show you guys. Cocoyam. You can get this from the African store if you live in any part of the diaspora. You can also get this from the Asian market. I got this one from the Asian market in my city. Okay, so yeah, right now I'm going to wash. I'll just wash them like so. Just to get out the dust from it. So I got this one. All these ones cost me about €3 here in Italy. Let me know in the comment section how much this cost in Africa if you live in Nigeria. Okay, because this soup is usually eaten by the Igbo people in Nigeria. So right now I'm going with some hot water, which is going to help this cocoyam to cook very, very fast. Okay. So these are the proteins I'll be using. I have my chicken. Okay, this chicken I just skinned. I removed the skin. Okay, this is how I love my chicken. Okay, I love to eat it this way because it is very healthy to eat it this way. It is more healthier to eat it without the skin. Okay, and this is the beef because chicken is very, very healthy compared to you eating beef. So this time around I usually make use of just little beef and more of the chicken, okay, which is much healthier. All right, you can use any protein of your choice, okay, in making this particular soup. I could remember the first time I ate this soup was in Nigeria. It was prepared by my sister-in-law. Okay, she made this soup, and since then I've never tasted this soup. Okay, and yeah, so I decided to try it out because my husband brother went to Nigeria and got some OHA leaf, because OHA leaf is very, very difficult to get here in Italy. Okay, you can't get it, but I guess, or I think, if you live in other parts of the Europe, most especially in the UK, it's easier to get it there in the market. All right, so that is why I am making this soup, not because not because I usually make this soup all the time. No, but I'm making this soup because I was opportune to have OHA leaf. All right, so now I have my proteins. They are cooking. I usually add onion to my protein and a bit of seasoning, which I'll be using this Maggi. I got this from the supermarket here in Italy. Okay, and yeah, I'll be using two. This one fell. I'll be using two of these. Okay, and that is all I'll be putting in this particular soup. And in all my soups, this is how I cook mine. Okay, so right now what I will do is I'm going to clean this like so. Take out the, just like so, in case you don't know, I usually do it this way. I'll just remove all this like this. Yeah, and I'm going to slice it bit by bit and put in the pot. All right, so that the beef is going to cook. And the other part, I have my cocoyam, which is cooking, which is going to serve as a thickener. Yeah, so right now I'm going to wash this. My my cloth was just holding that, so I'll just cut like so and put in the pot. Okay, I just cut it this way and put it in the pot. This is how I love to chop my onion, just like so. It makes the work easier for me. Yeah, let me know in the comment section if you do yours with the chopping board, but I just love to do it this way. It's very easy and fast. Okay, So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with my seasoning. I'm going to go in with the two of them, and I will not be adding any seasoning again in this soup, okay? Because too much seasoning is not good for your health. If you know, and if you don't know, just know it now. Too much seasoning is not good for your health. So that is going to be enough for the soup. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to be adding salt. I usually put my salt here when I buy it from the supermarket. I just put it here and I take it from this container. So I don't eat too much salt because salt is also not good for the health. Too much salt is not good for the health. So if I add this, I will not add any salt anymore in this soup. All right, so this is going to be all. Yeah, so the next thing I will do is, in here I have some stock fish. I got this stock fish from the African store here in Italy. You can get this from any African store close to where you live, in case you live in the diaspora. These are the stock fish. I just want to rinse it, okay? I'm just using just two of it. I love stock fish a lot, okay? This is quite optional when you're making this soup. Because me, I love stock fish. That is why I am going to be adding stock fish in the soup, okay? If you don't have stock fish, you can also make this soup without stock fish. I'll just add my stock fish for it to also cook along with my proteins that I have in the pot, and I'm going to stir properly like so. I'll just stir it so that this is gonna cook. All right, okay, let's let this cook. All right, so now that the whole water has finished drying down, I'm going to add water that I will be using to cook the soup, okay? So right now I'm going to be adding enough water, which is going to be the quantity of, or rather the amount of soup that I want to make, okay? Just adding boiled water because so that the soup can just cook fast. Another thing is I need dry fish in this soup, so I need to get dry fish from the freezer. So I'll just let this boil a bit and before I come and add other ingredients. My dry fish. This is usually called mangala in Nigeria, okay? And this is catfish. They smoke it, okay? Yeah, so I was opportune that my brother-in-law brought this all the way from Nigeria for us, but it is quite expensive if you want to get it here, both of them here in Italy or any part of the diaspora, in case you live in the diaspora. But in Nigeria it is cheaper. All right, so that is why I am even using two. On a normal day I will use one if I buy it from here, since it's expensive, but because I got it from Nigeria, yeah, so I usually add hot water like so to disinfect it, okay, like so, and I'll wash it very well, plenty times, okay, so that the sand in it is going to go out. All right, yeah, so I'm going to keep it. All right, sometimes I cover it, sometimes I don't. I'll also add some sodium bicarbonate, okay? This is sodium bicarbonate, just to help me disinfect this very well, okay? What I'm going to do is I'm going to start the soup, okay? For the soup base we use palm oil, okay? This is palm oil all the way from Africa, okay? But I usually buy it from the African store here, okay? It is cheaper in Nigeria. Everything is cheaper in Nigeria because here we usually buy them for double price, okay? This costs about €4.50 here in the African store. Let me know, in case you live in Nigeria, how much this costs in Nigeria, this particular oil, because this came all the way from Nigeria. It's written Nigeria Heritage. So I'll add some quantity, okay, into the soup, okay, and I'll let it boil with the soup. Yeah, this I usually go with my eye because my mother usually do it this way. So right now I'm going to go in with some pepper, and I'll add some crayfish. You can skip crayfish if you are allergic to crayfish, okay? You can skip it, okay? But because crayfish contains too much cholesterol, I stopped using a lot of it. So right now I use only some few quantity, just a tablespoon. On a normal day I would have used like 3 tablespoons of crayfish, But because I know now that crayfish is high in cholesterol, I don't add too much when I am cooking my soup. Okay, so if you are suffering from cholesterol, make sure you reduce the quantity of crayfish you use if you're making your soups. Okay, you're making your African soups. All right, so I'll allow this cook very well. Okay, so that the oil can cook and mix properly. So here I have my cocoyam that I cooked. Okay, so what I will do is I'm going to take out the skin of the cocoyam. Okay, I just use my hand to remove it like this. You know it's hot. It's better to do it with cold water because it is hot too. So now that I finish removing it, what I'll do is I'll just put it in the blender that I'll use to blend it. This is my blender. It's very, very good. So I just try to remove the skin. My cocoyam is wasting all. I'll remove all the skin like so. I'll be gentle so that I will not so that I will not lose my cocoyam. Oh. Hey, hey. Ah. Ah. Oh. So I'll do the same for every one of them, all right? In fact, this soup, I really uh, don't know how to cook this soup, but I watched some videos, okay, from the internet. I also saw a fellow YouTuber, Jessica Space, made this soup also, all right? Yeah, so because she's Igbo, okay? So I also saw her made this soup, and yeah, and I've been longing to make this soup for a very long time. So because of work, I've been giving it like today hobby is like you need to make this soup. Oh. So all this one I'll put them in the dustbin. So before then, I'm going to wash the fish. All right, let's wash the fish so we know that we are done with this part. If you know, you know. I'm going to wash this fish. I'm going to wash it like 5, 6, 7 times. Wash, wash, wash with hot water. Let me turn it to hot water part. With hot water, just keep washing like so. All right. Yeah. Then I'm going to take out. I love to debone mine. Okay, depends on what you want. Some people don't like deboning theirs. For me, I like deboning mine. Okay. Okay, guys, the fish is very, very clean right now. Take a look at how clean this fish is. Thoroughly clean and well disinfected. This is how I love my fish. Okay, but I know some people don't wash theirs like so. They just rinse it and put it in the pot. I wonder why they do that. Okay, I wonder because they don't take everything. I don't know. Someone asked me this question one time. Why do you usually scatter your fish like so? I don't scatter my fish. I want my fish to be very clean. That is why I do it this way. Let me know how you do yours in the comments. Now the soup is souping. What I will do next is the fish I just finished watching. I am going to put the fish inside the soup so that it's going to cook along and give this soup is the taste that the soup needs. So guys, before I blend my, let me keep the oil back. Before I blend my cocoyam, I am going to show you my OHA leaf. This is the OHA leaf I'm going to be using. Like I told you guys, my husband brother brought this from Nigeria and I preserved it by putting it immediately in the freezer. Okay, I washed it thoroughly and I put it in the freezer. I also disinfected it with some sodium bicarbonate. So what I will do is I'm going to clean it properly, rinse it again before putting. Oh, guys, I want to also disinfect this OHA again. So I have my Aceto Divino. This is Aceto Divino. I'm going to be using this one. that we usually use for verdura. I'm going to be using this one to disinfect this oha. Let me show you my oha properly again. No, it is not as fresh as I want to. It is not as fresh as me I want, but that is what I have. So I'm using what I have. Oh, it is what I have. What, what to do now? All the way from Nigeria is not easy. This is how my oha looks like now. It is not that fresh. So right now I'm going to go in with this that I showed you guys to disinfect it properly. So this is how it looks like. Let's use this too. So this is the oha leaf. So let's just leave it here for about 5 minutes before washing it properly. Okay, again rinsing it out. So guys, right now I'm going to be blending my cocoyam with this my ninja blender. Ninja. No, I made a mistake. I'm not supposed to do that. No, I'm supposed to do puri now. Yeah. We are going to put our blended cocoyam, which I told you guys is going to serve as a thick. Now we are going to put it inside the soup. That is what I want to do. Man, this soup is looking good already. I don't think this soup water it will reach you. Last, let's add water, put sharp. So right now, I'm going to see I'm going to bring this out because this soup is going to need water. We're going with water again. But for now, let's first of all add the cocoyam, which is our thick now. Okay. Let me get this one out of the way. So just put cocoyam like so. Don't need water. You still don't need water. The water, it will be enough. Oh, so now add all the cocoyam. Add everything of this cocoyam inside the soup. Soup is souping. Then we're going to add more water. Another 1 cup of water into the soup. This is the thickener. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to add water. I am gonna add some water. Water. So the soup. So let's go in with some water. Alright. Because I felt that the soup is not having enough liquid. Because we need some liquid to eat our swallow. So this is going to cook. I'm going to let this one cook very well before coming in with my what's it called? Oha leaf, which is the last thing we are going to be adding into the soup. Let's let this one boil. So this is how the soup is looking. What I did with this for her, what I did was I used my hands to cut it, okay? Because they usually use their hand to cut oha leaf. They don't. The Igbo people don't. They don't slice it, okay? So I use my hands to like cut the leaf. Okay, so I just add it to the pot. See, this one did not cut very well. Did not cut very well. So if I see any big one, I'm going to use my hand to cut it again. This is my stockfish. Let it pieces. So this is how I'm going to leave the soup to cook very well. Okay, some of these leaves, they cut. So this is my oha. Actually, my first time cooking oha soup. Oh, I don't know if I should still add more oha leaf. Oh, I think this one I reach. Yeah, I like it. Like, I still need a leaf in this soup. I'm going to leave it open like so for it to boil, so that the leaf can thicken. Okay, let's let it boil. I guess I'll add more oha leaf. So it was looking too scanty in my eyes, so I decided to add more of the oha leaves. Okay, because I have more in the freezer, so I decided to add more. That noise, is just too much. So I just decided to add more of the oha leaves because me, I love my soup to have enough vegetable. Hey, now it's making sense. Now it is making sense. Before it was not making sense at all. The leaf was just so scanty. So I'm going to let this cook until it's very cooked. Okay, let me test it too. I'm going to be adding 1 tablespoon of this dry pepper. Okay, so the amount of pepper you are going to add depends on how much you eat pepper. All right, so my soup is souping. It is souping, really souping. Check my oha soup. Oha, you see, you see. So let's let it cook so that it will thick small. I usually love to add this to my soups, so I'm going to add this also, about half spoon of that. And after which I'm not adding anything again. The soup is going to cook very well until it is ready. Okay, this is it. I'll show you guys when it is ready. I'm going to load the fire and let it cook on a low heat so that it can thicken a bit. Makes sense. Very delicious. Yummy. Actually tastes good. Oh my god.
Just style. Yeah, yeah. With your style, got your love.